Coming up in this video, types of mediumship. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 pillars of mediumship. This is part of our Mediumship Development Training. And count how many times I say mediumship today. Are you curious about mediumship? Maybe you're exploring this as a hobby. Maybe you want to go pro. If you want some pro tips, come hang out with us for a bit.
Guys, let us know that you can hear us and see us with the hashtag #GoodToGo.
And if you have any questions as we go relating to the topic of this video, drop them in the comments.
Yes, and as always, share the video and you get a prize.
Stay with us for the whole video and you get a prize.
But right now it is time to set the mood.
Turn the lights down low. No?
Got to give a moment for it. Yep. In this age of spiritual awakening, more and more people are searching for how to get woke and stay woke.
And numbers don't lie. There are over 33,000 people searching for spiritual awakening every month.
But to get woke, let's clarify. You have to stop following the herd and start thinking for yourself and looking deeper to crack the code.
And we are the rebels that you've been looking for. We are calling all rebels and renegade masters.
And basically, we're on a mission to help you get woke and stay woke so you can stand strong,
stand out, and do more for the world.
Yes.
And while that's going to be entertaining with some free, juicy information, we do have an offer at the end to take your metaphysical business from basic to bodacious, but only if it works for you.
Yes.
I'm going to say what is up to Ginger and Gail. Yes. Good to see both of you Zen heads all up in here this morning.
Speaking of which, it is time to tag up.
For all of our Zen heads in Zen Ed Academy, let us know that you're here with a hashtag Zen Head for life.
And if you're watching live, give us a hashtag LiveTribe.
And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay fam.
There he goes. Also, let us know where you are watching from and one special thing about where you're at.
So that you can help me be better at worldly events and knowledge and awareness and just awesomeness, all around awesomeness. All right, Ginger, you rock. Gail, you also rock, but we know that because of Ginger rocks, then you rock. Anyway, if you are just getting to know us.
I'm Heather.
And I'm David.
From ZenRoseGarden.com.
We love helping metaphysical entrepreneurs bring their unique healing skills to the world in a big way.
And since 2008, we've helped thousands of clients go from feeling overwhelmed, confused, and insecure to being clear, confident, and successful.
And if you've just found us, welcome. Say hi in the comments. It is wonderful to connect.
If you're new, consider subscribing, click that bell, and you will be good to go.
Absolutely. We've got all the Zen heads up in here today. We've got Amanda, Debbie, good to see you. Orlando, Florida. Awesome, awesome,
It's good to be online this morning. We had a little bit of break because I was sick, but
we're not talking about that.
Don't tell nobody.
So if you are a healing arts professional or you want to be, put a hashtag healing pro in the comments and let us know either what you do now or what you want to do.
Yes. So a little bit about us, a little bit about us. A lot of our students from all over the world training to be metaphysical professionals are frustrated with how limited their growth has been because many of the systems out there lack foundation and integration and kind of just rename and repackage the same stuff.
Same stuff, different frosting, but nobody brought the cake.
So no matter how many papers they collect, tons of frosting, no cake.
Yep, that sucks. Absolutely.
So some of them tend to have all the cool intuitive techniques without the foundation of self-growth to stabilize it.
And others had self-growth locked down without a clue of what to do with their quickly evolving intuitive skills.
And that's where we come in. We bridge that gap.
And if you stay to the end, we're going to show you how to sign up for our best resource for metaphysical entrepreneurs to build real world skills to turbocharge your personal healing influence in a big way. And we are looking for our Rebel 300. I'm gonna pause there for a moment. We are looking for our Rebel 300. If you want to know more about what that means, stick around for more on that later.
We've been working on some stuff, guys. So we're talking about the ground crew. So
Gail from Modesto. Yes. Great, because it has Ginger and I. Absolutely. That is definitely one of the most special things about Modesto.
Amanda, thank you. I am feeling much better. I just sound very sultry. So
she sounds sexy. Yes.
But let's get into the 3 pillars of mediumship. We thought we'd kind of do a little reboot and tell you about the foundation of mediumship. So out of what we call the 3 pillars of mediumship.
Healing, messaging, and rescue.
People can get lost because there are so many subtypes of mediums other than the popular message mediums that you see on social media, right?
And once you start intentionally training your particular special spice, you begin defining what you are natural at. And then you go down that rabbit hole and keep going until you define your special spice.
So it's like finding your specialty after you've taken the basics, okay?
Right. So we find that many developing mediums try to force a type of mediumship because they saw it on TV or think it's cool or whatever it is, that is not necessarily what is manifesting for them, and then they get discouraged.
You don't like to see that because everybody's got a gift.
Yes.
In the world of mediumship, like other trades, being a jack of all trades, master of none is not going to gain you excellence if you keep kind of
broad spectruming.
Well, broad spectrum is good first because you got to learn your basics and your foundation. But when you're trying to develop something that isn't natural,
you can't be good at all of the things. So be good at what is best for you. First, you have to understand what is manifesting for you more clearly and what is manifesting as far as like we're talking about the broad spectrum awareness of the different types of mediumship.
So I want to kind of clarify, you can be good at many types of mediumship, but you can be great if you can pinpoint,
if you can dial it in,
be great and excellent at that one special spice that is yours. But it takes learning about kind of a broad spectrum first.
Until that part of you starts to bubble up to the surface and you're like, oh, okay, that's it. And then you run with it. And then before you know it, you're world famous. That's how it works.
Well, that's kind of one of the things that we do with our students is hone your gift. So we want to chart out for you today how the 3 pillars of mediumship work with each other, because they do kind of all work together, and why it is important to get your basic training in a foundation of all 3.
Because even though your primary might be in one pillar, you will more than likely have situations, and I'm going to say even more than likely, you are guaranteed to have situations where the other 2 are needed to some degree, even in your specialty.
We do all the time. We use all 3 all the time, even though our primary is under the umbrella of healing mediumship, right?
So Debbie, good morning. Ginger, thanks. You guys are both amazing, Ginger, Gail. Actually, all of you, everybody that I'm saying today, you guys are you light up my world. I'm just going to put it there. You light up my world. All the Zen heads we've got here today, you are absolutely amazing. We love our Zen heads.
Got a lot of the ground crew here today, which I'm really happy about.
So now it's time. Now it's time for the good stuff. Now it's time for the good stuff. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. So here we go, guys. So number 1 is healing mediumship. None of these pillars go in any particular order, but I like number 1, healing, number 1, because it's my special spice, but also because I think the core of all mediumship is healing.
Right.
So the first of the 3 pillars today we're going to talk about is healing mediumship.
So healing mediumship at its most basic is when a medium channels energy from spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, into the world.
So, or into a person, depending on what you're channeling it to, or into yourself. So there are many phases of healing mediumship. It looks different ways for different people. But unlike message and evidentiary mediumship, the evidence is more trust-based and results-based. So like how you feel, what it does for you, what you've released.
Now, trust or faith can represent your trust in something bigger than yourself, like God, humanity, or the universe. But at its core, it is a renewal of hope and optimism in your life. It gives you a reason to believe in something bigger.
So whereas in message mediumship, the evidence is some sort of proof that this is really your grandmother. The evidence in healing mediumship is based in the healing itself and the client's willingness to release the energy of trauma, grief, and pain.
And this is the primary goal of healing mediumship. And the healing medium works with the energy of the spirit world, or the greater energy out there that unites us all in faith, trust, hope, and optimism to make that happen.
But here's where the other 2 pillars can come in. The channel is open to this energy, which is where it all is, right? And it if it is relevant for the specific healing session that you're in.
Right.
A loved one might step in to actually help you with the healing or to deliver a message related to your healing for this client.
Message mediumship.
Right. But this message will usually be delivered with some evidence, just like evidentiary mediumship, by the healing medium.
Also, the healing medium may need to use a transition technique or help a lost spirit find their way home, right? Once in a while that happens. That would be rescue mediumship.
So even though the type of medium you are falls under one pillar, you're going to be great at being a healing medium, but you need to be good at these other things in case you need to use them. You may have an occasion to call on some skills of the other two pillars. And honestly, variety is the spice of life, right? So it is fun to know how to do many things so that you can use them when you need them.
And it informs your main special spice even better. So if you want to be part of the Rebel 300, our Rebel 300, listen up for the offer at the end.
So this is a lot of fun. So got to ask you guys who wants free stuff today. Give us a hashtag free stuff.
It is that time in the program where we want to give stuff away. We've got 2 freebies, but you do have to earn them because everything tastes better when it's earned, like sushi. You get 1 for sharing, 1 for staying. And if you keep watching, we'll tell you how.
Hit the like button 5 times and subscribe if you want free stuff.
Who wants free stuff?
So let's get into pillar number 2.
Tip 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Tip
kind of
2
fun.
is message mediumship. Okay. So message mediumship is the second pillar of mediumship.
If this is your primary focus, and this tends to be the big show, the most popular one, right?
And just to clarify, message mediumship is giving a message from spirit to the world.
From a loved one,
or
usually
people.
Delivered with a piece of evidence, some
or
sort
cake.
of. The cake is the evidence. The evidence is the cake.
So
maybe the evidence is cake. Like I see this lemon cake and it's very specific to the cake that your grandma used to make.
We've had that happen.
That's evidence. So message mediumship is based in a foundation of evidences, and then the message itself. So if this is your primary focus, you are primarily messaging and developing the phases or the tools, of which there are many, to bring forth a clear message for your client.
But on occasion, you may utilize some skills of a healing medium in a session. Afterwards, for example, you may recognize that the client needs some deeper spiritual healing that might be a little bit beyond your scope of practice or beyond your specialty. So the best recommendation would be to send them to a colleague that specializes in that particular pillar.
Well, let's kind of give an example of this where you're in a message situation and the client is going through grief because their grandma just died. And it's clear that they're experiencing some trauma that they're trying to release. So you might do a little bit of Reiki, a little bit of energy work, something to help them release it and realize they need a session from someone who specializes.
Right. So here's a really cool example of basically, when you're doing a message medium session, you're delivering a message from a loved one. Say you're doing it in a one-on-one session with your client, and you've already built a rapport with your client, and their grandmother comes in. And they get into a deep emotional state, and it feels like your grandma literally, or their grandma really wants to give them a hug. So in that moment, you basically give them a hug from their grandmother. You're basically transferring the healing energy from their grandmother to this client and helping them all to release that process. That would be an example of healing mediumship showing up in a messaging session.
It really depends on the scope, because if your scope is already in a hands-on touch situation, you want to be ethically correct when you do stuff like that.
That's why I said you've built rapport.
Right. You don't want to go
within the scope. Right.
You want to be careful of boundaries with people. So, or the need for a rescue and transition might pop up. Like, oops, grandma doesn't feel like she's tagged up. She looks a little bit lost. She feels she's kind of a wreck. You recognize she's a little lost. And instead of delivering a message full of fear and panic from grandma, you give her a little help and maybe even have your client assist in a loving handoff to the ancestors, which is kind of healing for everybody. So now your message session became rescue mediumship with a side dish of healing mediumship for everybody.
Absolutely. And that's a really great example. And we've had examples like that happen in all of the work that we've done. So if you're ready to be one of the Rebel 300, pay attention to the offer at the end.
So how are we doing so far? Hope this is making sense. Is this making sense?
And if so, share it with someone who needs to get woke.
Hit that like button 5 times and subscribe if you are woke. We love that. So,
yep. Debbie said, Laura, it's good to see you. Debbie says, you two are amazing. Really enjoying my journey with your program and the community.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the education you provide us in Zen Ed for Life.
That's why we created Zen Ed Academy, is
Absolutely.
A support system that is relevant, ongoing, alive, where we can be there to answer your questions, because not every question can be answered in a general video, right? So, but let me kind of clarify some things. It can take years of dabbling in different types of mediumship until it sparks and you find your special spice.
Right. So for instance, after years of study and practice, when we met, healing mediumship became our primary focus, right? When we met, it skyrocketed and we were like, okay, I guess that's it. I guess that's what we do. That's what we found. We kind of found our special spice for the moment.
It wasn't really a mystery. It was like, this is it. You know? So out of that, we found something else sparked, which is where Zen Ed Academy came from. Out of that, we found that we had something called catalyst mediumship.
Real thing.
Which we're going to talk about a lot of different phases of mediumship in the next few months, but which is the ability to teach and help others access and open their mediumship.
So
we found that we were kind of starting to do in our healing mediumship sessions.
Right. So it's not about forcing an ability that you want or that your human ego wants, your unhealthy ego needs or wants. It's about learning the craft, okay? Learning the basics, learning the foundations of the 3 pillars, following what is opening up for you, unfolding into the best medium that only you can be. Once you find that thing. Like special spice.
Once you find it, like I say, go deep, don't go wide, master it.
Right.
So
it is poll time.
We want to know from you guys, which one excites you the most right now?
Healing, rescue and transition, or messaging mediumship? Which one of those 3 really blows your skirt up and makes you feel amazing, lights up the sky?
It says blows your skirt up.
I know.
Because the girls should say that. I don't think boys should say blow your skirt up. It's sexist.
But if a girl says it,
it's fine. I'm like, that really blows my skirt up. Then
that really, that really blows.
Well,
sexism.
You know, David on occasion might wear a kilt. So there you go. So let's talk about pillar number 3, rescue and transition.
Absolutely.
So let's say your chosen pillar is rescue and transition. You've gotten a foundation in all 3, and you really love rescue and transition, like haunted places. You love helping lost spirits cross over, which is.
You took it, you jacked my mainframe. Anyway, rescue and transition is basically, in a nutshell, helping lost spirits find their way home.
I'm just jumping ahead because I'm so happy to be back live. That's why I'm like not dying.
It has been a crazy week. So you may not think that you would get as many messages from spirit when you're doing rescue and transition, but the channel is wide open. Okay, so you never know.
So you may use some healing mediumship in the process. I have used healing mediumship on actually a spirit who was stuck and lost and was afraid. Just kind of sent a little Reiki, you know, just kind of like, let me help you along. And so you might have occasion, right? So, but you might also find that your clients that are alive, that have called you in to do some sort of rescue and transition, might need some extended spiritual health care. So you send them to a colleague who is a full-time healing medium, or
perhaps they want to go more in depth with messaging. So you send them to a colleague who specializes in message mediumship.
You know, really, it's like any other profession. But I think in mediumship itself, people tend to just start with, I just want to be this kind of medium. So they start learning just message mediumship and kind of don't worry about this other stuff.
Or don't even know about this other
I really
stuff.
don't even know that there's like certain pillars in the whole thing as a whole medium.
Right.
And so they just learn one little thing, right? So just imagine the doctor that just learns to put Band-Aids on, you know, so I think
that'd be a pretty specialist doctor.
Right. So
I just specialize in Band-Aids.
Or you're just a doctor that reads about your thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's good to get your foundation. So we approach it as a full education. So this is how you keep your skills on point.
And just like any other profession, use your good sense, know what your scope is, use a bit of ethics, and do not be afraid to refer out to somebody else who might specialize in whatever it is that your clients need. And you should also be able to maintain across the board in all three pillars and be able to knock it out of the park when it comes to your specialty.
Yes. So, oh my gosh. Amanda says, oh, I don't know.
I don't know, David. Well,
I bet he could pull off a kilt. I've been trying to get him in a kilt for a while because
it'll happen.
I think guys in kilts are hot. And he's Irish, so close enough, right? Irish, Scottish, you know.
From what I hear, they kind of don't like each other.
I know. So I think
I
think kilts are more a Scottish thing.
I don't know.
So,
yeah.
So are you more excited that you have these tips? Did we bust some myths? Did we clear up some mysteries for you? I hope so.
It is a revolution. We are fighting back against lost fairies and unicorns running amok, causing chaos and wreaking havoc.
I need to get my voice back,
Yeah.
Because David's going to wreak havoc.
Absolutely.
So we do love them both, but sometimes they drink too much love and light and puke rainbow frosting all over the carpet.
Super hard to get out. It is not pretty. So we are on a mission to crack the codes and revolutionize this field to support metaphysical entrepreneurs with real tools for the 21st century, but we need your help.
We need your help. So share this video and click the I'm part of the revolution link in the description with the hashtag #ISharedZRG to get your bonus.
And Gail says, really enjoying the Zen Academy so much, it's difficult for me to do anything else.
We love it there. It's our baby. It is super fun. I love teaching and I love sharing what I've learned through my years and what I continue to learn. And I love seeing people open up to their special.
Yeah. Can I just say for a moment that Gail, when she jumped in, she like literally wanted to devour the entire thing. And I'm saying, pace yourself, take it easy. You're doing great. But she's one of those go-getters that just goes in and just, she reminds me of me when I get a bone on something.
Oh God, no. We're almost back completely to our normal, folks.
Yes.
Yeah. So Gail, I'm the same way. I
want to consume it.
I'm
all.
a consumer. So,
yeah. And then Amanda says, I love tarot, Reiki, currently looking forward to learning other avenues to truly find my special spice. Amanda, you are doing amazing as well. And we've definitely got some more things that can help you specifically. So we do want to shout out one of our Zen heads, Zena shared her experience with us on the Google machine.
She said, if I could, I would stuff Dave and Heather in my pocket and keep them with me at all times. That's what Zen Academy is for. That's our app. So they are angels.
That's us in your pocket.
That's right. Each session escorts me to a higher level of consciousness and enlightenment. They are a blessing to this planet. Heather, don't worry. If I stuff you in my pocket, I will feed you chocolates. Oh. Where were you when I was sick this last week? I could have just ridden around in your pocket.
As it was, I had to go get her chocolate.
That's right, several times.
So now it is time for that offer to take your metaphysical business from basic to bodacious, but only if it works for you.
We have learned that self-growth and developing your superpowers go together like sushi, Sapporo, and sake.
And that is why we created our signature subscription membership, Zen Academy, to bridge that gap and revolutionize this field. We're not trying to just change it. We're revolutionizing it.
Make a real solid foundation so that you can be better at what you do. You could keep overdosing on frosting and searching for that thing you know is missing.
And it's that question that drives you, Neo.
The question is, where's the cake?
Or you could plug directly into the foundation that has worked and continues to work for thousands of our Zen heads so that you can live in your passion completely and create ways to get paid for it.
And like I said, we created a new thing. We are looking for our Rebel 300, our ground crew that are going to form the base of this whole thing.
But we want to know if this is right for you.
Let's find that out right now. Are you tired of mediumship advice that is way too complicated?
Are you tired of people telling you that the intuitive arts are satanic, or alien?
Are you tired of people telling you that light workers and healers are all crazy?
Are you ready for
intuitive development without judgment?
Are you ready for psychic and mediumship training that does not scare the crap out of you?
Are you ready for self-growth that is natural and fun?
If so, Zen.Ed Academy is the rebel base where the revolution begins. That was a little funny today.
It's because we're
just kind of ramping it back up.
We're coming back online, folks. So Zen.Ed Academy is
the rebel base.
Oh. Yes, where the science of self-growth meets the magic of mysticism.
With the solid foundation to discover and integrate your special spice to stand strong, stand out, and do good while living your best life and, most importantly, having fun.
So this will work for you even if you're allergic to fairy dust and just need real information without all that unicorn poop.
This is going to work for you even if you are a complete virgin to this and have never had your metaphysical cherry pop.
So Zen.Ed Academy is our inner circle where we jack you into the ZRG mainframe so you can finally conquer your inner supervillain,
master your unique superpowers, so that you can heal the world in that very special way that only you can. And if you want to be even more elite, you want to be one of our Rebel 300.
So what do you need to do
to get into the Academy and become part of the revolution? Click the link in the description to be taken to the checkout cart, put in your details, and in seconds, start the first lesson of our advanced mediumship training and be part of our Inner Revolution team with support at the ready.
And that's going to get you on your way to unlocking your special spice and going from hobby to pro.
And if you're fast enough to be one of our Rebel 300, you get access to exclusive bonuses that are gone once we hit 300.
Told you we had something new up our sleeve.
All the info, including those bonuses, are down below. Catch it while you can, just like Pokemon, gotta catch it all. And if you still have questions, send us a message or a DM on IG at Zen Rose Garden.
Because you guys stayed to the end, you get the prize. Click the I love you so much I stayed link in the description with the hashtag I love ZRG.
If you liked this video, hit that like button 5 times. And I'm perfectly well aware that you can only hit it once. But please hit that button.
He's just egregious like that. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. That's where we get ideas for new videos. And
Debbie says Zen.Ed is so worth it. No rainbow or unicorn crap. It's the real thing. Come join the revolution.
Yes.
Debbie, you are amazing, amazing, amazing. It is awesome to see all of you Zen heads up in Zen.Ed Academy.
And it's growing every day and new things are happening and new things are coming.
So for more mind hacking pro tips,
be sure to subscribe
and click that bell to turn notifications on.
So you're the first to know
when we drop a new video, drop a new video
or go live.
And we know that time is a valuable and precious resource. And the fact that you guys have chosen to spend that with us, that we honor. But most importantly, with yourself, leveling up your skills and taking your life and your business to a completely new level. We honor and appreciate that even more. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
See you in the next video.